Hello again. We're here with some CoD5 this time. Getting matches for this was considerably harder than getting matches for Modern Warfare. CoD4 lists having about 3,500 players online. I think it was 3,309. Yeah, I just remember that arbitrarily. I didn't memorize that, believe me. And in CoD5 it lists like 2,900 and something, I think. But looking through the like playlists, like Team Deathmatch, Free For All, there's like 100 and something in Team Deathmatch, like 30 in Mercenary Team Deathmatch, and then there's like 20 in Free For All. So I'm assuming that the rest of the players must be playing single player, just connected to Xbox Live, or they're playing zombies, or I don't know, because there's barely anyone in hardcore either. Don't really understand. But yeah, this is a TDM. I did mention it was a TDM, and the other match I've got on here, which is on Asylum, is also a team deathmatch, because after the whole map pack fiasco with Free For All, I tried again the next day, I think. I can't really remember. I'm trying to discern between the days in my head. And same thing happened with Nightfire and all. But after that, I did actually find a match in Free For All. Well, it was in the Free For All playlist, but it actually turned out to be a 30-man capture the flag on Castle, which took me somewhat by surprise. So yeah, in CoD4 I found one hacker, I think, and I saw like the chat feed for someone using the modding menu, but I never saw any people running around or flying around invincible with infinite ammo or guns that aren't even in the game or something crazy like that. So yeah, on this game it seems like they're a lot more active, but I must thank them for making it very obvious that they're hackers, because I join a lobby and I can see someone's name bouncing back and forth, or I see a couple of people with different colours going across their names, and I immediately know to back out. So thank you for being absolutely retarded. So this right here, CoD5, is the first Call of Duty me and my brother ever got. First one I ever played, just in general, and first one I ever played online. It's also our first 15. I wasn't meant to play it at first, I don't think, but my brother let me play some co-op campaign with him, as long as I didn't watch the first cutscene in Semper Fi. Semper Fi being Latin for Semper Fidelis. I assume I'm pronouncing that right. I know, random facts. Look at me. Which, roughly translates into always loyal, or always faithful, whichever you prefer. I prefer always loyal. I think it sounds a bit cooler, you know. And it's been the motto for the US Marine Corps for quite a while. But anyway, bit of history out of the way. Oh, yeah, and it was also on the little photograph you got after you did Mile High Club, the epilogue mission in CoD 4. So it'd be like, Heartbreakers and Life Takers, thanks for playing Semper Fi. And then Treyarch were like, yeah, let's get on that. This is the second game Treyarch made in the Call of Duty series, and they experienced much of the same popularity that CoD 4 got. And they actually made Quantum of Solace, Treyarch did. I think it was in the CoD 4 engine as well. So yeah, so they've made the first and second shooters I ever played online. I'm fairly certain those are just shooters in general, but I don't know. I might have played some other ones, maybe some third-person ones. I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, so this game, pretty much the same as CoD 4, only allowed one attachment and all. I'll be careful not to reiterate that point too much. You still had the problem of Juggernaut being an issue, because it practically doubled your health. That's probably an exaggeration. It boosted your health a little bit too much, and even without Juggernaut, there were bolt-action rifles in this game, really cool idea, but you did get hit markers an awful lot. The damage got boosted when you put a sniper scope on it, and also the crosshairs got bigger, so that you couldn't just no scope all the time and use it effectively like that, because that'd be kind of OP. Speaking of OP, in this game, the guns were fairly balanced, apart from the MP40. It was a submachine gun with sort of a staggered rate of fire, so it was fully automatic, but it shot like da 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 instead of, you know, a gazillion rounds at once. And basically it like had no recoil and did a ridiculous amount of damage even at range. So yeah. And sorry, Showdown on Showdown, this second CoD4 match, which you'll have seen by this point that you're listening to this commentary, it's apparently just finished, but it's saying, "This is taking longer than expected, your video has been queued." So, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Don't know if that means anything. Perhaps I've lost connection. I'll have to check that. So, yeah, the MP40 was the overpowered weapon in this game. So, I mean, statistically, they did better than CoD4, because that had the M16 and the other thing. I can't think currently. Oh, the MP5, yeah, of course, which was just ridiculous even without any attachments. But you can probably tell by now that I kind of have a thing for stealth. Well, I mean, I've done it in one other video, but if you couldn't tell, I do. And this is a submachine gun, so, I mean, unlike the M4 carbine where you can still get a fair amount of range, this is actually fairly limited, and you'll see me like trying to hit shots that I clearly can't do. And we're closing to the end of the video, I think, here. Yeah, so I will have put in the description. Let me just check here. Showdown on Showdown. Yep, I've said I'll be uploading daily, but I know no one checks the description. So I will be doing that because I'll be getting home and setting a video that I've already done for upload straight away. And while I do that, I'll record commentary for another one, the next one along. And I've got all the CoD5 stuff, and it's Modern Warfare 2 after this. So yeah, I actually rage quit a match on that game and actually went, never playing this again, I hate it, and I never played online since then, so it'll be the first time coming back to it. It's a bit strange, but anyway, that's the end. Oh no, we've got another little bit. Well, anyway, that's the end. I do show my statistics.